Hey, what's up, guys? It's Modified Wolf coming at you from Patreon. Today we have a very special guest, Snowstormstudioz. What's going on, dude?
Modified, not much. Thank you so much for having me on as your first guest.
Oh,
What's the name? What's the name of the podcast?
it's called Wolfie Talks.
Wolfie Talks. I saw it somewhere, and I didn't want to say it wrong. Wolfie Talks. I like the name. Gets a stamp of approval.
Thanks. So, I how have you been doing through this whole massive outbreak, pandemic, what have you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like we were saying earlier, it's. I'm just tired of hearing about it on the
Mm-hmm.
news. I think there's a couple levels to it. The first one is like our like nurses and healthcare like supporters are absolutely amazing, and all the work they do is greatly appreciated. But then, like, on my personal level, I am just so sick of going on Twitter and seeing all these different people who I have no respect for say really stupid things about it. It's just I'm just ready for it to stop.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm
but
trying
I'm
to
safe,
ignore it.
so yeah, I think that's the best. Like luckily I don't watch the news. Like I have to go looking for it, but it still annoys me.
It,
So,
it,
but I'm doing okay though.
it that's extremely great to hear. I'm glad that you know that you're okay and not not like dying on me here. So
Not, but you know what? A lot of people actually think I'm not doing okay because I haven't streamed in a hot minute. So a lot of people thought I had coronavirus,
oh no.
and I got a lot of PMs like, "Are you okay, Snow?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just like, I just needed a break, and then they're like, "Wait, but where are you? Do you have corona?" I'm like, "No. I'm completely healthy. I'm just taking a little break." So
See, like I know you to the point where I'm like, okay, so he must have needed to step back because I know you do that every so often. Like it's
yeah,
like
yeah. I don't, I
clockwork.
don't. Yeah, I don't. And you know what? Sometimes it happens really quick, and it's one of the reasons like first of all, I have a lot of respect for you because I still always see you're grinding and I love it. Like I was talking to my girlfriend today and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to be on a podcast." And she was like, "Oh, who with?" And I'm like, "This person modified who like I kind of like discovered off just circumstance and I found her when she was really small and she's created like a super awesome community. Like I'm in your Discord and I always see what people are typing and stuff and um you
That
know the secret is to grind and for some reason I just get burnt out. I don't know. I got a little burnt out of ESO and then I was just like, I don't know if I want to stream to have fun, and I just like wasn't really enjoying it. So
yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean, like the one thing that I do, I like to stream to make new friends. Like that is my biggest goal is to make new friends and grow a tight community that I can have a good connection with. Like even on the personal level. Like say I'm having a bad day. Oh, well, this person is online. I like to talk to them and just see how they're doing and it really takes my mind off of the crap that I'm going through. It's
That's the
just
best way to do it. It's
yeah.
seriously, it's the best way to do it.
It's yeah, it's streaming is like my getaway from reality a little bit and to really hone in on how everyone's feeling and if they need any help.
No, that's awesome, and like let me tell you, like don't let it become the opposite. Like let the streaming be the release, not like what you need the release from. Because for me, sometimes I need the break from streaming. Not
Mhm.
streaming is my break. And I think that's like where my like problems come in. So like I'm trying to like just refine my love for video games without streaming, and then start streaming again once I love games again. Because I was like playing games just to stream, and it
Yeah.
should be the other way around. You should love the game and then stream because then that love can kind of like transcend into like what's going on the stream.
I let it transcends the love to people who don't know what that game is, then they start to like it and then they get into it and then they work themselves in the community a little bit more. That's my favorite part about it. Like
Yeah,
you're letting people discover something new that they've never seen before and you can give them advice right off the bat instead of like them looking up online like these ridiculous guides that are 500 pages long.
no, absolutely. I mean, and especially with the ESO community, it's so helpful, and it's one of the least toxic communities. And you know that this is gonna sound bad, but like another reason like I don't stream as much, especially ESO, is there's so many good streamers. I know that sounds really bad, but I'm just saying there's so many people that do such a great job. When someone's like, "Oh, I'm looking for an ESO streamer," I'm like, "Oh, Modified Wolf. Oh,
No.
Kyle Dempster. Oh, like Ninja 614. Like there's just like it's not that I just don't like. Honestly, the truth is I don't love ESO as much as you guys do. When you guys play ESO, I'm like, God, I wish I could like have that much fun. Like I've just burnt myself out.
Yeah, I
So like I always just like recommend you guys if I get someone coming my
Oh.
way.
Aw. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. I'm not even a pro streamer, dude.
No,
Like,
but you're a good streamer. You're definitely a good streamer. Like I said, you're grinding and your community is amazing. I mean, when you did my podcast, the people who came into my chat because we live streamed it were so nice and so engaging. And it sucks because like when I do the podcast, I can't really talk to chat. They all stuck around after and like we had a great conversation off the podcast just on stream. So
yeah, I'm okay. I'm here to brag about your community, not my own. Okay.
no,
All
no, 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 no,
right.
no, 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 no. Honestly, without saying too much about my community, like that's another thing that's like tough. It's tough when you have like toxic relationships in your community, and like I don't mean to be like a negative person, but like it's something else I really respect about you is you've really built like friendships with viewers. That's hard to do from like a streamer standpoint because it takes a lot of effort. And so like part of me is like almost like wants to restart some of my like there's some great viewers in my community. There's absolutely some great viewers, but there's some people, or at least there were, that it became toxic. And I was like, ugh, I don't know how I feel about this. So
It's all about just just be real. Just be
I
real
know
with them. You
I
you
might
know
need
you
some
got to
advice
break down
modified.
those walls. Break them
Yeah,
down. Like,
and it's also because like I'm not like a super social person, so like that kind of bites me in the butt too because I won't do the extra effort to like become friends with some of my viewers when I should, but like that's hard for me. It's not like a I'm not trying, it's not like I'm trying to be mean. It's just it's hard for me to like make that effort. Like I've had the same 3 friends for the past 15 years. So like it's hard for me to like make new friends.
I mean, like the it was hard for me in the beginning, because making friends was basically I went on Reddit and people were okay. This is super stupid, and I shouldn't have done it. If a new streamer or prospective streamer is listening to this, please do not do follow for follows and only follow who you
No,
like.
yeah, yes. Oh
Don't
my
do follow for
god.
follows, dude. It's not a good thing. I made a couple of friends from that, but I mean, dude,
It's yeah.
no.
It's a Ponzi scheme
It
because
is.
it's
It is.
the people who make the follow for follow page. Like there's a lot of Discord pages like that. The only people benefiting are the people who made the page. Like no one else is. So no, that's such a good point. I mean, it's yeah. Don't ever do follow for follow.
Don't do
That's
it.
such a bad
Don't
idea.
do
Yeah.
it. Don't do it. I mean, don't do follow for follows. Like, God, I cannot stress this enough. It's just a really freaking bad idea. Do not go on Reddit and go to the follow for follow pages. It's very it's stressful. It's stressful at times because so what sponsors look for is the reach
Yep.
and not like anything else. If you're following the same amount of people who's following you, they're going to be like, no, that's not organic, so they're going to drop you right away. That's not what
Absolutely.
sponsors are looking for. I hate to say it, but that it's the full on truth. It's not something that should happen at all. So I have a couple of questions for you.
Oh boy, lay it on me.
Why did you start streaming and who inspired you to start streaming? And go.
Oh, okay. So this is a really good story. So I kind of I naturally found streaming. I never like made the conscious decision that I wanted to be a streamer. I wanted to be a YouTuber, and I actually never found an ESO YouTuber that I loved. So I thought, oh, this is perfect. So I started doing ESO YouTube videos. The quality was crap, and I did that for about a year, and then I started streaming, but I was not playing ESO. I was playing Halo, and I was just like, oh, let me just try this Twitch thing. This looks interesting. So I just tried Twitch for shits and giggles. And then when I came back to ESO, I was making videos, but I'm like, I'm never playing the game. I was just literally recording gameplay and then spending all day making videos. So I started streaming. And for that year I made YouTube videos. No one like I'd get views if I like hit breaking news. Like I had an ICP video or yeah, Imperial City Prison when it came out. I had like a video announcing it. That got a ton of views, but I never had like a community. When I streamed, I started actually getting a community because fun fact, and I'm not trying to brag here, but I've been in the directory longer than a lot of ESO streamers. I think back when I was in it, there was a time where I had 15 viewers and I was the third most watched ESO streamer in the directory because it was such a small game at the time. This was before Tamriel 1. Oh no, it was right when Tamriel 1 because I streamed on Xbox. But it was much smaller, and I was not part of the community. Then I took a break and I came back, and then I realized, oh, getting on Twitter, becoming friends with people, watching other streamers really helps. Who inspired me? Kev Dewitt's probably my biggest one.
That's who I thought it would be.
Yeah, Kev, because I found Kev on YouTube through making my own videos, and his videos were way better. Kev is one of the most impressive video editors I've ever seen, and his dedication, just like yours, is super inspiring to me. And so Kev was someone, and Kev actually asked me to voice act in a couple of his videos, very small parts, but he asked me to do it. And so that kind of really got me like jump started in the ESO community. Some other streamers that I absolutely love, Ninja614, I think is just brilliant.
Oh my god,
what he does is it's so simple, but he does such a great job of it. One of my favorite things is that he's a family guy, family man. He always has his family in the streams, which I love. He's very positive, but he's not overly positive. If ESO does something he doesn't like, he's not afraid to say it. Like, I'll never forget when the Sork shields were getting nerfed, and Ninja was on my podcast, and he was one of the people who was very strongly against it, and he's one of the biggest stream team members. And that really made me fall in love with him. And then I think my third, actually I have four. My third one would be Deltia. He doesn't stream anymore, but him and Gilliam the Robe used to stream together, and that was so much fun because they were just so smart. They knew so many things about the game, and I was just like, what? I don't even understand how this works. So Deltia, and then finally Fang Rush, because Fang Rush is like so popular, and I don't know if he'll ever hear this, but it's just he's like in his own world, and I love it. He's just so good at PvP, it's ridiculous. and those are probably my big four. But once I started getting a little bit of recognition from the streaming, I just kind of fell in love with it because, like you said, helping people out, making those friendships. And I can remember when I first started streaming a couple years ago, it was 2015, 2016, I was making those connections. And I think maybe that's like one of the reasons streaming kind of burnt out for me is I'm not making them as much anymore, and that's totally on me. So those are the reasons. And also I did it with my brother. My brother John was a huge part of Snowstorm Studios when I first started. And so when people, I'm sorry if I'm rambling, by the way.
No, keep going. I want to hear everything. I'm listening to you.
But my brother, Snowstorm Studios, my name was never supposed to be Snow. Like, Snowstorm Studios was supposed to be like a brand. And so we were all supposed to do different brands. Not different brands. We were like different names in Snowstorm Studios. So, like, my gamer tag is Riku8000. John's was, I forget at the time. And then Snowstorm Studios was just going to be the label we did videos under. But John went to college. He's 2 years younger than me, but he got really busy and got really into his major. So I became Snowstorm Studios, and then everyone started referring to me as Snow. And that was really Kev Dewitt. I actually blame him for that. And so that's just sort of where the Snow name came from. But when I really loved streaming, it was collaborative. I love working with other people on things. I'm not really great by myself. I'm not a great self-motivator. I love like having someone else who's just as passionate. And so when I was really into streaming too, my brother was a huge inspiration for me. So yeah, that's sort of the very, 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 very condensed long story.
All right. So can you be a little bit more specific and tell me why you came up with Snowstorm Studios as the collective brand? Do you remember?
Yes. Yeah, so that's good too. So it was my brother who came up with it. We were just like trying to think of a name. So we had never had a YouTube channel. We had never had anything. And like we had gamer tags. We were like, no, we want something that like, first of all, we really thought about, we don't want to be linked to ESO forever. We don't want to have a brand that's like an ESO name, because what if ESO dies one day? And it inevitably will. It won't last forever. So we were like, okay. And then we were just like kind of spitballing names. And my brother just said Snowstorm Studios, and like finally, it was a name we all just liked. I had been in other like bands before, and coming up with a name was like pulling teeth. So the fact that a name came instantly, we were so like, I was like, yes, perfect. And then we just kind of went with it. It was really like, we weren't like, oh, we also love the snow. Like, we're from the Northeast, like region of America. So we love winter and stuff. But he just said, he was like Snowstorm Studios. It kind of it has like a nice ring off the tongue. So
great alliteration.
Yeah. So that was it. And we couldn't have it be just like Snow Studios because we didn't want to be called the SS. We were like, that's probably not like a good thing. So Snowstorm Studios was the name. And yeah, all the credit goes to my brother John.
Shout out to John, huh?
Yeah, shout out to John. Yeah, any OG Snowstorm Studios fans will know exactly who John is.
All right. So my next question is, How did you find the Elder Scrolls Online, and why did you stick with it for so long?
These are, first of all, good questions, like very good questions. Um, so we're not like super OG Elder Scrolls fans. We actually, our first game was Skyrim, and it was
Mm.
like we had a friend who was older, and he was like, "You guys need to play this." So we played Skyrim from 2011 till like the announcement of ESO. And I remember when ESO was announced, like the thing we would say to each other every day we played Skyrim was, what if this was online? Like, what if this was online? Like, it was just always something that we talked about because we loved Skyrim, but it wasn't multiplayer. We were like, dude, what if we could go like defeat the Stormcloaks together? What if we could both be in the companions? And so when ESO was announced, like, we shit our pants. We were so excited. Can I swear on this, by the way? I won't
Oh
swear if
yeah,
I'm not.
go ahead. It's
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's me- like it doesn't matter. Go ahead, dude.
And then one other thing too, one other streamer, Milk Viper. Milk Viper was
Oh
like a little bit later in my career. So when I think about like when I was starting out, but Milk Viper was such a huge help later on. Like he gave me so many great tips for streaming. So that's another one. But ESO was announced, and we were just so excited because we were gonna be able to play together. And then it had ups and downs, like when the subscription, because it was mandatory at the beginning, we were a little bummed out about that because like we had no job, so we were like, we can't pay $15 a month, like we don't get that. So it was a there was like ups and downs with the announcement, but once it came out, we started content creating for it because I knew I was going to sink so much time into the game. I'm like, I want to do something productive. So the YouTube channel kind of came out of that. And then we just kept playing because, I mean, the truth about ESO is it has its ups and downs for sure, but the community and the developers are probably the best you'll ever find in the gaming industry. I mean, it is as good as it can get. And so that always keeps me hooked. Like shout out to like Gina and Rich and all those people at ZeniMax who just take such like care of this game and being part of the community. Like I saw Tina on the Tales of Tamriel the other day, and like that was so cool. Like I was like the fact that she does that's huge. And then like my brother met Rich Lambert at PAX a couple years back and like talked his ear off about like Imperial City and when that was like the big thing. And so like that's kind of what kept me hooked. And then also like Elder Scrolls lore and just the world Elder Scrolls creates is just so solid.
it is.
So and the gameplay in ESO, like there's so many great things about ESO and like the friends I've made in ESO, like just ridiculous. And the amount of stuff you can do. It's really it's the best. If you're looking to play an MMO, it's probably the best MMO out there in my
Oh
opinion.
my god,
So
yeah, absolutely. Like there's so many helpful people out there who know their shit. Like if you go to like Milk Viper, he stopped streaming ESO. I don't know if he's on the stream team anymore. I haven't talked to him in a couple months, which I probably should because I miss him.
it's so funny. I haven't either. I haven't either. And like that's not on him. Like that's on me because
That's on me too.
when I disappear from Twitch, it's not like anything hostile. I just need a break from everything. I'm just like I just need to get away, need to like recalibrate. But yeah, I haven't talked to Milk, but keep going. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But like if you would ask Milk Viper about anything tanking, he could literally rattle it
So
off in
good.
2 seconds. Like that guy is solid. He knows his stuff. If you ask Ninja614, he will answer you.
So good. So
So
good.
such a great like they picked the Elder Scrolls Online stream team very, very well. Like I don't know of any other people who could give you the same amount of information.
No,
Honestly,
yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they did a great job, and like, I don't want to like get into the weeds of it, but like when I first heard about the stream team, I didn't really like the idea of it, but then like seeing who they picked, like I love the people on the stream team. They are awesome. Like they are absolutely awesome. So I'm totally with you.
so let's dig a little bit deeper.
Okay.
So, what is your favorite moment you have ever had playing the Elder Scrolls Online?
Oh, it's so easy. That's why the game is so good. So every ESO player has like this moment where they need to make a decision if they're going to be if they're going to like follow the rules of ESO. And there are rules you have to follow, and that's like where it's not like Skyrim. The rules are you need to wear a certain armor set depending on your role. And this is for PvE players and PvP. But you need to wear a certain armor set, you need to wear monster sets, or you need to be strategic about what armor you're wearing because of the bonuses you get from it. And so I finally, because for the first 3 months I streamed DSO, more than that probably, I was a complete nub. I did not care about that. I'm like, I'm playing like Skyrim. I'm wearing heavy armor, and I'm a DPS tank hybrid, and I just would piss everyone off. Not that it's not possible, but I was being like lazy, not strategic about it. So I like my brother John. I'll refer to him a lot. He finally was like, "Hey, I'm gonna help you with this," and so he was helping me. And this was back when you couldn't retrait armors. So when you pulled from a chest after doing dailies, like you got a trait and that was it. So like I needed Valken Scoria. That was like the meta at the time. And John would tell me, you want it in Divines. That's the best one. And Divines, for anyone who's is new to ESO, it's a trait you get, and then it just like kind of helps you along with something. So like Divines will help you with whatever Mundus Stone. God, the terminology ESO is so complex.
Yeah,
it's the best. It's the best one for DPS. And so I have a clip of it actually on my stream. It's like the most viewed clip, probably because I've watched it over and over again because it just I laugh every time I watch it. We did the dailies and I'm pulling it in there. I'm pulling and I know what chest to do it, and I pull it and I pronounce it wrong. I'm like, John, Valken Scaria, Divines, Valken Scaria, Divines, and I like start like screaming, and John's like, oh my god, and I was so excited. And I was just, I don't know why, but it was like that moment where it was like RNGesus was on my side, and I was like, yes. And then after that, like, you know, I would like to tout myself as a pretty decent DPS in ESO now, and like that, getting over that hump makes ESO so great. It makes it less Elder Scrollsy and more MMO-y, but I love that. Like, I love that part of ESO as well. So that's probably my best moment, was just pulling like the perfect shoulder for my DPS when I was a scrub. Probably the best.
I mean, like, I'm glad I came into ESO after you could retrait stuff, because I would be crying right now.
The grind was so real. I mean, VMA was the same way. You couldn't retrait things. So, like, when you had to pull the right thing from VMA, the grind was real.
Oh my god, VMA over and
over and over.
Oh,
I counted. I had a tally sheet. I did it, and there's no word of a lie. Before I got the lightning staff in sharpened at the time, which is what I wanted, which now isn't even good because you need fire staffs for most magic DPS. I did it 172 times.
Oh my god, no way. Oh my god.
I was so good. I was so good at it by the end. I'm probably trash now because it's like muscle reflex. But oh yeah, I would wake up every Saturday morning. I'd wake up earlier than I'd want to, and I'd just run it 4 times just to see. That's
like,
what I do.
I'm such a nub that I can't get through one of the phases in VMA because
which one?
My pet sorg isn't finished. I don't remember. I haven't done it. I haven't tried to do it.
That's fine. The one for me is I think it's the 8th round, the poison one, where you can't get hit, or if you do, you have to run into the circle with the poison. Mm-hmm. Oh, that shit is toxic, man. I tell you, there's witchcraft. Yeah, they're witchcraft at ZeniMax. Like I say, they must have laughed when they made some of this shit up.
You know, that was probably all Finn, and he was probably cackling, typing at his keyboard like, let's see if they survive this.
He had to have, because it is VMA is a true trial of like the mind, soul, and heart. Whew.
You know, I don't know how many times I've tried not to completely rage on stream, and how many times I've actually raged off of stream doing VMA.
At least I've raged on stream so many times, and it's so embarrassing. I used to have like I was like finishing college, and I was like nervous about like what my next step of life, and it translated. Like I would get so mad in my stream at things, and it was ugly. Like luckily, like the last couple times I've come back to streaming, it wasn't as bad, but I've had some rough times.
Oh, so, yeah.
I know the pain.
So what would you say to someone who is thinking about streaming or a brand new streamer?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, obviously the first one is don't follow the follow for follow crap.
Bless.
Yeah. And then I think, and Modified, I'm gonna kiss your ass more here. This is something you did really well. Become part of other streamers' communities so your name is recognized. Because I think, like, especially if you're trying to get into ESO, I honestly think is a tough game to get popular in streaming in, because there's so many great streamers in it. But the best way to do it is to be recognizable. So, you know, when like Ninja's done streaming, he might shoot a host like that. Like that's one of the reasons I'll always love Kev, is like I became friends with Kev, and he would throw me host, and it helped me out so much in like my growth. And so stuff like that I think is really good. Just become part of whatever game you're playing. Like try to become part of the community, and like even if it's Fortnite, find another streamer that has 15 viewers in Fortnite and become part of their community. And don't go in there and say, hey, I'm a streamer, because no streamer wants another streamer in there promoting. Like, one of my
No.
rules is never self-promote. That's just rude.
Like
But
I've had some people in the past when I was a smaller streamer, like they would come in and try to sub for sub
oh yeah,
in
yeah,
in my
absolutely.
stream, and I'm like, dude, this is not how it works. Like my cousin was in my stream and they threw him a sub and they're like, "Oh, now you can sub to me." And I'm like, "Excuse me, you need to get out."
Yeah,
I
no.
don't like that stuff. That's not even. Don't do the sub for sub, no follow for follow. What else
And
can you give us?
yeah, one of the things that bugs me with that too is I used to get messages of people asking me to host them. Don't ever ask someone to host you. Just be loyal and then ask, like, be strategic about it, because like it's like simple psychology. Like streamers, like they want to be every streamer wants to grow. So if you go to a streamer and say, "Hey, give me like your viewers," like it's like I don't like the way you're going about it, but the best tip I could give is like ask streamers for advice. Like you can ask Ninja614. I probably send him 50 messages when like I was first getting to watch him, just asking questions about streaming, and he's never thrown me a host, but that was never the point. I just wanted his advice. Like that's the
Oh
best
yeah,
thing you can get from
I've went to
streamers.
him for advice too. I've
Yeah,
gone to him.
great
I've
one.
gone to retired 8404. I've gone to Milk
Yep.
Viper. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't even do it on stream. I would just go into their
off
DMs
stream
on Twitter.
or Discord, and just like just like ask them and ask them real questions, like, hey, like what advice would you give? And like they might not respond, and that's completely their right, or they might respond. But you know what, when you do that, you're letting them know, hey, I'm a streamer, and you're also letting them know, hey, I'm not going to be an asshole about like trying to get host. I actually just respect you, and I want to I need some info. So like that's a great one. And then also like streaming, people attack it in different ways. If you're jumping into it and you're like, I want to be popular, and you know what, that's what some streamers want, and like I'll admit I've wanted that at times. Maybe finding a smaller directory with a game is a good way to go. Like when I stream Yu-Gi-Oh, I get way more people because the directory is a lot smaller. So like,
Oh yeah.
that was a voice crack right there, a lot smaller. But
It's uncut. It's uncut, Will.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've had people ask me, can you cut that, and I had to say no. I'm like, I'm not going in to edit out your voice cut, like, or your voice crack. But finding a smaller directory to start off can help you get eyes on your stream early. And then also, good marketing. Go to Twitter and get in the community and start commenting on people. Get them to follow you. And then when you go live, post it. Don't only post when you're going live, which is a mistake I've made dozens of times.
Be
But
real
actually be
with
part.
your audience.
Yeah,
Be
yeah,
real. Be like,
yeah.
"Hey, I'm doing this thing today. Here's a selfie or whatever."
Yep, yeah.
Just be real.
Yeah, be honest, and also like set some goals, but don't set crazy goals. Be like, hey, I want to stream on these days for the next 3 months, and I want to see average of 5 viewers. That's like a fair goal.
Yeah.
And make sure you stream on a schedule. That's another one that I suck at, but it's so true. If you get a schedule, you'll see your viewer count go up like tremendously, because people are gonna know when you're live. So those are some of my tips. And you know what? They're like, you see like those videos, how to get big on Twitch. They're all the same, but like those are like actually just the ones that work. And you know what? Some people, I think streaming's also a little bit of luck. Like you
It
kind of need to
is.
like strike gold at the right time. Like Ninja, when I had him on my podcast, he said he got a little lucky. He's like, I just kind of hit at the right time, and like he's like, people wanted someone 50 with a beard, and I was like, oh, or 40. I don't know how. I don't want to say he's old, but he's an older guy, and like sometimes just it's a little bit of luck, but
It,
just
it
don't go in with a positive attitude and have fun.
it just works. So
I'm really like just spitting out information. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
usually on the other side of this. I'm usually the one interviewing. I'm never the one talking. So let's just disclaimer.
you're perfectly fine. I want to know everything you have to say because it's always important,
Yeah.
So my advice as well, don't look at your numbers. Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't.
That's seriously the reason I get
Do
burnt
not.
out is you don't see growth. And like for me, like my biggest fear is wasting time. Like just in life. Like if I waste time, I'm like, oh my God, I'll never get that back. It's like an anxiety of mine. And I would look at streaming, I'm like, oh, my numbers haven't gone up in 3 months, I'm gonna stop. And like that's not the right way to look at it. Don't make my mistake. Like don't do it. So
So
yeah, that's so good.
it-
Such good advice.
just be real with your community. Have a schedule. Ask for advice. Don't go into someone's stream that you literally just met and tell them that you're streaming, because that's
Yeah,
not good.
don't.
Please don't do
Yeah,
that.
don't.
They'll probably, my mods would most likely ban you if you were to ever
Yeah,
do that in my stream, because I set some
it's so
upfront
rude.
rules with my mods. Like, if this person says this, or this, they're gone.
Yeah, and
I can't deal with that, because it puts a lot of pressure on me to be like, happy for them that they're a streamer, but yeah, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's my Twitch, so call me maybe?
yeah, exactly. It makes it uncomfortable because now you have to be the bad guy. It's now you have to say, yeah, and like the thing here's the truth. Modified's a much nicer person than
No,
me. Like
no.
like no. You can find clips of me. I don't know who clipped it. Someone was mad at me because someone came in and like they said that. I'm like, and you're also a douchebag. And like I was having a bad
Oh
day
no,
and I shouldn't
really?
have been streaming. I've done that so many times and it's so stupid of me. And so yeah, definitely just have good mods. That's another good one. Even if it's like a family member. Like I had my brother mod for me, my younger one. He didn't like the stream, but I'm like, hey, can you just like watch chat? And if you see someone say something douchey, can you just like kick him? And he's like, yeah. And like that's great because then you don't have to like you're entertaining. So don't let's it's like someone it's like going to a concert and someone like running up stage with their guitar and screaming, I
Mhm.
play guitar. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, no one came to see you.
I don't know how many times my mods have saved my mental health from really weird and disturbing messages that were in my chat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they got them right before I saw them. Like, they are the best mods I could ever
Such a good
ask
call.
for. Shout out to Maxwell. Shout out to Ania. Shout out to Eldon. Shout out to Nanner, Freaky Freddy, Mr. De Winter, all of my mods. You guys are
The
like,
real OGs.
yeah, you guys are the real OGs. You saved me a lot of panic attacks on stream and mental health issues.
Hell yeah, yeah, no, good mods are always good, and like, I also would say don't like, yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like, even if you have another good tip for new streamer, always have a mod. Always. Ask your
Yes.
best friend to get a Twitch and mod for you. Um, just have a mod at your disposal every time you
Yep.
stream. Every single time you stream, have a mod there for you. It,
Yep. Yeah.
they will literally save your ass. If you're doing content, you need to do a shout out for someone. They can do it for
Yeah.
you, and it's. I'm not lazy, I swear, but I mean.
No, you're an entertainer. You're entertaining. No, it sounds funny. Trust me, I'm always like, oh god, I'm not an entertainer, but you actually are. Like the more serious you take it, the better off you'll be. Because if you think it's a joke, you'll get really uncomfortable because some people will just be absolute assholes.
Oh my god, I think I have a clip in my archive that's me getting trolled by by someone's name. Like, you know how sometimes they have inappropriate names and stuff? Like, I got
So annoying.
trolled hard and it's so annoying. There's a clip there too, and I'm thinking about deleting it because like that was rude and
It's embarrassing too, and it's like, hey, I don't even want to promote that. That's funny. It's kind of a fucked up name. Like
yeah.
trust me, I've had some people come in and like they say some things, and I've there's times where I'm lenient, there's times where I'm not. And sometimes I'm like, hey, say one more of those things, and I'll ban your ass. Like, but then there's other times where they just get banned instantly. So it just depends. Depends on how I woke up that morning.
I mean, it most sometimes it depends on your mods too, how they woke up in the morning, but I trust my mods
yeah.
enough to make the right judgment at all times.
Yep.
Um, but and if you meet a friend in the community, like, and they become one of your best friends, you can ask them to become a mod.
Yep.
And I've like, if someone keeps coming back to my channel like 6+ months, I'm just like, hey, you're a mod now.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't even
Yeah.
ask. I don't even ask, hey, you're a mod now. Just do this, and this. If someone says this, and this, you can just ban them. I don't care. As long as I don't have to see it. And if
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
something raunchy that I don't want to see, please just get rid of it before something happens where I get upset and turn off stream for the day. That's it.
Makes sense to me. I think that's genius. I definitely agree.
um, let's see. What else do I have?
Oh
What
boy,
other
what's else? What else is
questions?
on the list? It's okay. This happens to me too. I like prepare some questions and then sometimes I just kind of freeball it.
Oh yeah, I didn't even prepare anything. So
No,
hey,
good call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
I'm
you know what? Own it.
lazy.
I like it. I like it. That's fine.
So what other games do you enjoy in your free time? Do you play
Ooh,
anything else?
yes, yeah. So, like I was saying earlier, I'm kind of trying to refine my love for video games because, like, I think like the streaming has sort of conflicted with like why I actually love games, which is really sad. But sometimes you have to be like honest with yourself and like
Mhm.
that's the truth. Um, but I've been playing a lot of Civilization and a lot of Minecraft. Um,
Minecraft, really?
yeah, I play all the time. So me and my friends, we have like a server, and like I could easily stream it, but again, it's like I don't want to turn it into a stream thing because like I'm just enjoying the game. Like, ooh, I'm having fun. I need to start having fun again before I stream again. And so I've been playing that with my friends. I've been taking a little bit of a break from ESO, but yeah, Minecraft, and I'm actually also a huge football nerd. So like I'll play Madden. I'll play Madden sometimes, which like people give me so much shit for because like no, you're a gamer, you can't like football. But like the funny thing is, football like so many like gamers are football players. Like who's the guy who streamed with Ninja? I think it was like Juju Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep.
Like he literally so like I love that those like worlds are kind of becoming one and the same. But so Madden's another one that like I love. But yeah, I'd say Civ, Minecraft, and Madden are like the big three for me right now. And then
So, do you have a Minecraft server?
I don't have one. I always just like find other people's to play on, and then I just kind of like play on theirs because I can't install plugins as well. Like I love Dash Home, Teleport 2, stuff like that like kind of make the game a little less stressful. So I don't have my own server, but I actually did put my server that I'm playing on in my Discord, and like I made it a joke to come find me. I'm like, see if you can find me because I'm not going to tell you where I am because I'm about to sound so snobby. I like build a certain way, and I'm very particular about buildings. And then I have like some of my viewers get on, and they'll know who they are, and they build just the most disgusting buildings, and I'm like, boo! I'm like, get that out of here! And it's so mean, but I'm just like, no, like I know you're doing this to troll me. It can't be this bad. And so, and again,
Just
they know who they are.
just
So
like the beta just like the beta like cobblestone square house with a
no, no, no,
wooden
no, no, no,
door.
no. Way worse. A netherrack house. It's all made out of
No.
netherrack. So
Oh
it's just a
no.
big, it's like a zit on the world. And I'm like, get this out of here. And then people make like these weird farming things. I really love building. Like, I love building in survival where you have to like work for everything. And so, like, that's really what I've been doing with my friend. And so I work in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I'm just literally playing Minecraft. And again, why haven't you streamed it? Because it's like, I love it, and I don't want to like turn it into a job yet. I'm like, no,
Yeah. It's
I like,
relaxing
yeah,
for you.
exactly. And like I will start streaming it, but like people, oh, can I come live with you? Can I come live with you? Can you give me this? It's like, okay, it's survival. Just play. Like if you need help, I can come help you kill mobs or something. But yeah, Minecraft's been the big one for me, and then I'll get back in ESO eventually. I just need breaks.
Oh yeah,
So
I feel that like the biggest game that I'm playing off stream right now is Animal Crossing. It's just so
oh,
relaxing. I wanted to stream it at first, and I'm like, I go into other people's AC streams, and there's so many backseat gamers. It's
so
unbelievable,
annoying.
and
So annoying.
I just, I mean, I welcome it if I ask a question. Don't tell me what to do. Just
Yep.
please let me play by
No, you're
myself.
absolutely right. And I haven't played Animal Crossing yet, and like me and my girlfriend, we keep saying to each other like we should get
Get it,
this. Like
get it.
we're like we need to get this. So I probably will get that. But I think it's really good for streamers to have games they don't stream that are actually relaxing. Like for me, it's always been Madden. I've never streamed Madden, and I never will because I'm just like no, like that is my one game that I can stream, and it will never be live, and I can never worry about anyone else caring, and I can just sit there and relax.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I think that's really good to have a game that you're not playing like on stream. Not that you
Oh
shouldn't be
yeah.
streaming, but just taking a break and enjoying video games.
Yeah, as long like I there are some games that I like to play without people backseat gaming.
Yep.
Like I mean, if I'm in ESO, um like people would tell me, "Oh, you need to run this set. Oh,
Yeah.
you're You're not light attack weaving, which I know. I'm lazy and I just like to press my skills. Leave me alone sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly.
I
Yeah, that's
mean,
fine.
if we're doing a trial or a veteran dungeon, I make sure to light attack weave. Everything else is trash, so why even waste my
Yeah, why?
time?
Yeah. Why care? Yeah. It's not like you're parsing. It's not like it's not like you're trying to hit a number. So
No,
you're fine.
it's not like you're trying to hit 80 million K on a parse dummy. Like,
Yeah,
please.
exactly. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. That makes sense. It's like I said, it's good to have those games, and ESO is a really easy game to backseat stream, which annoys the crap out of me.
Oh,
I had to make a rule. I made a rule: no telling me how bad my build is. Just shut up, leave me alone. I'll worry about it.
I mean, Riku 8000. His build is pretty
Pretty crummy. Pretty crummy. I actually, and then it's so ironic because then if you go on the YouTube channel that I have, I
using
actually started.
Valken.
Yeah, I actually started making build videos. I got so into it later on that I actually started making build videos. But at first, I was like, just shut up, don't talk to me about it. I don't even want to talk. So, yeah, I know that feeling.
So, are you the type of person who likes to do their own theory crafting while doing builds, or do you like to follow guides?
I'm a guide follower through and through. And that pisses people off, but I own that one. I'm the kind of person though. I like to see what's the best, and then I like to take my own lazy twist on it.
I
So
mean,
someone. So like they'll be the best set that you have to go grind the newest trial for, and I'll find a substitute. But usually when it comes to like the attacks and what they're weaving and all that stuff, I usually I'll go to Alcast's guide and just take a look, like kind of get an idea.
yeah.
Now I do mix and match for my playstyle because some people play differently than others. But through and through, I'm usually someone who's just watching, reading a guide usually, and then I love watching videos too. There's this is gonna sound, I don't even know how to say this because he has Asian in his name somewhere, and he's a really good theory crafter. I forget his name, but I watch him sometimes too, and he does really in-depth videos, very like Gilliam the
Is
Rogue
it
feeling.
zero period? Maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I watched him. But yeah, I guess I follow guides more. What about yourself though?
So I'm trying not to use guides. I mean,
Stop judging me.
no,
Just kidding.
that's not even shade. I mean,
Well, yeah,
uh,
me. I just actually come up with my own things. I'm an original thinker, Snowstorm, actually. So.
right. Like okay, so I started following guides right when I started playing, watching Kev do it with my boyfriend cuz my boyfriend was very into watching Kev do it at first when he started playing, but he stopped, which I'm very disappointed at, but he's not into MMORPG online stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we would watch Kev do it and I would take some of his builds and try to make them my own. But I would like to. I'm trying to theory craft my own sets. I need to check and see what's coming out with Greymore. In case you
Yep.
didn't hear, werewolves are going to be fantastic. So I'm going to
Yeah.
try and
Yeah,
theory
they're gonna be very
craft
good.
a Stam Sork, werewolf.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
working.
That's a good idea.
I'm working on one right now. Also, I'm working on. I have a pet Sork on each server, and I get a lot of shit for it because everyone hates pets. It likes to shit on pets, but
Hey,
um,
don't fix what isn't broken. They're good builds. They're really really new user friendly because you can have the pets kind of help you with your DPS,
mhm.
and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I
No,
think
I don't either. It's a good beginner build as well as Stamplar. Stamplar is
Yep.
amazing. You press two skills and you can do a, I don't know, like 35k parse.
Yeah. No.
It's
Absolutely.
ridiculous. Um, but I'm working on a werewolf build on each server. And I'm just going to say this: watch out in PvP because I will come for you.
Do you PV? Are you a PvPer?
I don't like to PvP a lot. I only go in there to get some transmutation geodes if I need
Yep.
them. But I'm thinking about really doing serious PvP when Greymore
that's
comes out
awesome.
with my
That's
werewolves.
awesome.
So I'm going to do PvP on NA, and then on EU I'm just going to have a normal PvE, regular old build. Um, but I'm gonna try and theory craft it. And for my pet Sork on E, I'm bouncing back and forth. All right, I have to get my thoughts straight.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So on EU, Maw of the Infernal set is banned in trials, and I'm like really sad because it's such a good thing for a pet build because your
Yep.
pets, but like that it's banned and
Rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace. Like it's a good set, and like someone told me to get Maw of the Infernal for my tank build, and I think they were trolling me because that thing like stands right in front of you while you're trying to tank. That Maw,
Yeah.
like
I'm not. Yeah.
that was such a freaking troll, and I regret ever getting Maw for my tank. But
No. That makes sense. Never listen to what people are telling you. Always go to the guide. Alcast will never troll you.
I mean, Outcast is great and all, but
Yeah.
So I know you do a Sork, right? Do you do
Yeah.
a mag Sork or?
Yep. So I'm a mag sork, but I actually before I stopped, I was maining a mag blade.
Mag Blade? Ooh, they dropped off pretty hard.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons like I left the game. I hate when my builds get destroyed because like I work so hard on my builds and it just bums me out because it's like ugh, I just worked so hard at this and now it's not even going to be good and then everyone will shit on me. It's like ugh. And then that's why I leave because sometimes like I just run out of motivation to like keep building
Right.
characters. Sometimes I like to just bask in my glory, but yeah, Magblade, I liked the difficulty of it. And then after like I got the difficulty down, I was able to actually actually get pretty good with it.
Right.
So, mag blade was fun. Anything mag though. I like mag DPS. I'm not a big stam guy.
I can't do stam. I have to agree with you. Stamina, I feel like with stamina you need a lot more to sustain for stamina. Like it feels like it's a different world when you're doing stamina.
Also, I am a dodge roll. I'm a crazy dodge roll guy.
Me
so
too.
you know I'm dodge rolling all day, and then next thing I know, I can't even I can't even light attack, and I'm like, what the hell? And it's like, I run out of all my stam because I did 6 dodge rolls. God damn it. So, yeah, no, mag was definitely the way. I tried stam. I have a mag blade leveled all the way up with full endgame gear, and I could just never like it. I was like, I'll try it. But it's never worked for me.
My first ever character was a Nightblade stam build. She has since been long deleted. She's lost now. But I tried to do a stamina build, and I just didn't fall in love with it, and that's when I discovered, oh, hey, I like Magicka. And then all of a sudden, like, I was in a guild, and they're like, oh, hey, why do you have a Resto Staff? Because it gives me back Magicka faster. And they're like, no. That's for healers. I'm like, okay, I'll be a healer. So I mained a healer for about a year and a half before I started to hate it. Like
yeah, being a healer is a tough gig because you're gonna get shit from everyone for no reason.
Yeah, I mean,
why do I keep dying? Because you suck at DPS and the boss is up way too long. Why do I keep dying? Because the tank can't hold aggro and he comes over and bitch smacks you. It's usually not the healer.
Like I healed, like I was Milk Viper's main healer for a while when we would do vet hard mode content, and I just fell out of love with it because I was constantly healing. That's all people would ask me for is to heal. I mean, I was told I was a great healer, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's not gonna change my mind. I need a change of place. So my Templar is now a Magplar, and she sucks, but I still like DPS more.
Yeah, no. I totally feel that. Yeah, DPS is the most fun, but healers are so important. Like Sammy, I always like.
You give Sammy so much shit though.
No, but it's totally me joking. Sammy is actually probably in the top 10 best healers on Xbox NA. Her skills are insane. The fact that she was able to take a Nightblade and make a healer out of it and have it be one of the best healers is ridiculous. Sammy she's one of the best. So healers are important, and then King Supercuts is one of the best tanks ever. He was in one of the top guilds for trials on Xbox, and he was insanely good at tanking. So those roles are important, but if we're all being honest, DPS is the most fun. It's just a fact.
I have to agree, unless you get like, there is an issue with very elitist guilds out there where you have to hit a certain number or you're not allowed in trial.
DPS is high stress, man.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many of them. They're a dime a dozen. You know, if one can't hit 35K, all right, we'll move to the next one. They're not in demand. So you got to really you got to be smart and you got to know what you're doing if you want to DPS. With a healer, some people might take a healer who still is learning because it's the only one they can find. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just do a looking for group on a random dungeon. You're usually going to get a DPS pretending to be a healer just so they get in.
Yep. Yep. And
So yeah,
don't do that unless you have a group of friends that is a pre-made. Like sometimes we go in with 3 DPS and a healer.
yep,
Like
yeah.
if it's like that, or if you go in with 3 DPS and a tank, and the DPS has a self heal and or a group heal, then you'll be fine. But please, I beg of you, stop going into random dungeons queuing as a healer when you're actually a stand blade. I will never forgive you.
You might never forgive me because I have done it a lot of times. But it's because it's a normal. I do it in a normal, and I'm like, all right, my DPS is so good. I'll be doing so much DPS they won't need healing. It's very cocky, but that's honestly how I feel. But modified is absolutely right. You should not be doing it. And I haven't done it in a while, but I did do it. I was an offender for a time.
Talking about a bad influence, huh?
Awful, yeah, awful. Like I said, I'm not as nice as you. I'm probably a bad influence. So yeah, no. Listen to modified. Don't do what I'm saying.
Oh no!
Unless
Don't
you're
listen
hitting
to me either.
unless you're hitting 40k, and you're going into a normal dungeon, then I find if you're going into a vet dungeon as a healer and you're not, that's fucked up. I don't like that.
No,
I've never done that.
don't do that
normal,
in
though,
a vet. Don't.
you can get through it.
You can get through it on a normal.
And if you can't, your DPS needs work. That's a
Yeah.
great sign.
Yeah, if you're 40k and you're going into a normal dungeon, you can very well carry the whole group anyway.
Yeah, you're fine.
So-
As long as there's someone to smack aggro, you're fine.
So, I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
I have to think of it first.
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I like the honesty. I like the honesty.
No. So what is your favorite thing about the ESO community as a whole, whether you're on Xbox, playing on PC, watching on Twitch, discovering new people? What is the thing that sticks out to you about the ESO community that makes it so special for you to keep coming back?
It's for me, it's going to sound really messed up. It's not going to sound really messed up, but it's the streamers. I think the streamers that stream ESO, it's the best community of streamers I've ever seen. Anywhere from the people at the bottom who have 1 viewer to the people at the top who have 4,000. Very rarely do you find a toxic streamer, and ESO does a pretty good job of getting, like, the community does a good job of not platforming them.
Mm-hmm.
So the streamers always get me to come back. Watching your stream, the last time I came back, I watched your stream. I'm like, maybe I want to play again, and that was one of the reasons I came back. Watching Kev when he was still playing, he's kind of taken a step away, but I watched him play with Ninja614. Like, that always gets me hyped to play. And if you're playing ESO alone and you don't have any friends, watching a stream with all those people having a great time can make ESO even alone a lot more fun.
Yeah, like I'm guilty. Like, I usually check out the streamer and see if anyone I know is in there instead of randomly saying hi and just being awkward. So I'm sorry if I ever go into your stream and not say anything other than hi. It's because I'm awkward and I don't know how to join a conversation. I'm very bad at that.
Absolutely. No, that I'm the same way. I definitely don't go in and I'm like, oh, hey everyone, what's going on? I'm more of like a what's it called? Like, when you're just not really there. You're doing something while watching. Like, I always play a game while watching streams. So, whatever that is, that's what I do.
So we're just going to reiterate and go into the deeper question, or the more detail of the question. How in the hell did you find me?
Oh my god,
On
that's
stream.
such a good question.
I
think, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think what happened was you were watching someone who raided me, and you followed me when they raided. And
I think it was Milk Viper.
Yep, and what I love to do is I love to go to my followers and then just click on random followers that I have and see if they're streamers. And I think you were one of the newer ones, and I saw that you actually had a profile picture. I'm like, oh, that's a sign. That's usually I'll click on you if you have a profile picture.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me go and let me see. And so you were streaming, and you knew who I was, and you were very nice to me right off the bat. Which, if someone's, I know this is gonna sound so vain, but it's true. If someone's excited that I'm there, that makes me more excited. I don't know why. It's fucked up. I have a big ego, I guess. And then I actually started watching your stream. And then the thing that made me really become a fan of you
Oh, you
was
sound
the
you,
amount of work you put in.
uh,
Because I remember a time where you had one viewer,
yeah.
and now you are averaging anywhere from 10 to 30, and you have the same exact mindset. You have the same style, and that's something that I fail to do a lot. So I really, really like appreciate that you're able to pull it off, and you do such a good job at it. But I found you just because I was just clicking on random followers that I have, because I like to watch people who like to watch me. So
Yeah, like you're the most real person or one of the most real people that I watch. Like if I get a chance to watch you, I'm going to be there. Because like you're not afraid to let loose and be yourself, and that's like the most important thing I look for in who I want to watch in the future. If I don't feel like you're being real to your viewers or being your genuine self, I'm not going to watch you. That's like that's the end of it. Like uh I don't care if you're endlessly cursing, you're still being real and you're showing emotion. Like it
yeah, no, for
be
sure.
real.
That's always been my mindset, is to definitely just be honest. And that wasn't mine at first. Actually, when I streamed a while back, I was definitely trying to be someone I wasn't. But then when I do come back and stream now, it's definitely no fucks given. I'm just trying to, people have to fall in love with you. That's the only way you can really become a successful streamer. You can't pretend to be someone else, because you can't pull that ruse for long enough for it to work out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate that, and I try to be real as much as I can, but I also try to like stray away from drama. Like I feel like sometimes I have pretty controversial opinions about things, and I just try not to say them because it wouldn't help anyone.
No.
But I definitely try to be honest.
I
So
mean, I like to state my opinion. Sometimes it depends on what the situation is. But if
yeah,
I need to state my opinion on something that is going to offend someone in the community, I want to be at least a little real. I don't want to get in a debate with someone. I'm going to say, hey, this is my opinion. You don't need to give me feedback on it. Just let me say it so I get it off of my chest, and I'm being real with you. Like,
yeah, absolutely,
like
absolutely.
okay, so I was looking at making a vampire, and I looked at it and I'm like, guys, this is literally just for RP. I don't care what the ultimate looks like. The animation is cool.
Yep.
But, like, this is just for RP. If you're trying to bite someone and you're doing it RP, don't know if I should say that. If you're doing it RP style, oh my god, I sound so gross right now. If you're doing it RP style, then like, what's the use? Because vampires are never going to be meta, in my opinion. So I had to state something. Like I can't. Someone asked me what I thought about vampire. I looked at everything, seeing if I was going to make one after Greymore comes out, and I'm like, this is RP. They're not gonna make
Yeah.
this meta ever. So,
No,
oh
no,
my
yeah, for
god.
sure, for sure. Yeah, having those opinions is so good. Like the one I have is I hate Stam. I don't like playing Stam, and
I
like
don't
that
either.
pisses a lot of people off. And I'm like, no, it's not to be mean or anything. It's just my opinion.
Like the only way I would play Stam is if I were, doing an Argonian tank that needed tripods and was like, had a tri-stat enchant.
Yep,
That's
yeah,
literally the only condition I would play stamina in. Unless I want to play a werewolf. Now that kind of, you know,
yeah, true. Yep, the Stam werewolf looks appealing.
it does. It looks very appealing for Greymore. I don't know if you took a look at it, but it definitely, it's something that a lot of people are going to be getting into. I was joking today uh that we should do an all werewolf trial. Um
Yes, yes, I love it. I would definitely watch that.
so, did you read anything on Greymore at all?
I actually pre-ordered it, which hopefully I'm back into the game by the time it comes out for console, which will be a little bit longer than for PC. But I mean, I know we're going back to Skyrim. Part of it is underground in one of the dwarven labyrinths, which is
Mhm.
really cool. I know werewolves are pretty broken in this next patch, which is completely fine.
They're
I think they should give the werewolf some love.
they're gonna be like nerfed to the ground like after a
Yeah,
week
after yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
But
Yeah, so yeah, people always are freaking out about that, but Zos does a pretty good job of like quelling the craziness after it's been crazy for a little while. And then other than that, people are excited about it. I mean, the ESO DLC like schedule like is amazing. It's what keeps a lot of people in the game is it's never boring. There's always new
no,
stuff coming. There's always patch notes and changes. And
Gina bless.
yeah,
Gina
Gina,
bless.
yes, Gina blessed. Yeah, no doubt. So I think because of that, so I do know a good amount about Greymoor, I guess.
So we are coming up on time here. Do you have any upcoming projects, or do you want to put in some plugs?
At the moment, I mean, my Twitch channel is Snowstorm Studios, my YouTube channel Snowstorm Studios, but I haven't been working on anything. Like I said, I'm trying to like refine my love for games right now. I definitely like, and this podcast has like definitely inspired me a little bit. I even was doing the Snowcast, which was very, very like it's the same style of like an interview-esque thing. And Modify was on, by the way, and I need to have her on again.
Okay.
But nothing's like in the works right now. Like I might stream some Minecraft in the future, but like I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm just taking some time to like regroup and like figure out what I really want to do. But once I do, I'm sure I'll be plastering it all over my Discord and Twitter and everything else.
Right.
But I really, Modified, appreciate you for having me on and being your first guest. I am humbled. I'll be bragging about this. So,
Oh
so
my
I
God.
appreciate it.
You're giving me such a big head. It's gonna explode. Jesus Christ.
Trust me. I know that feeling, but it's a good thing to have. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to revel in the accomplishments you've had because you really have done a lot. Like just looking at it on paper from one streamer to another, you've done a lot of stuff and you should be very proud.
Oh no, you're gonna make me cry. Oh no. Alright, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it, and I thank you so much for being my first guest. Like I wouldn't have chosen anyone else because you give such great talks, and like
I appreciate it. I do my best. I've been told I can't shut up sometimes.
No. Like when I was on your podcast, it was just like I wasn't nervous.
Yeah.
It was just like talking straight to a friend, just answering questions, and it was really fun. I do want to do it again if you ever start that back up.
Definitely a tip too for yours is definitely always if you find someone that you like to talk to, have them on again because you can explore ideas. And instead of it being like what I did was the second, like when I have you on again, which I will, it won't be an interview. It'll be more of like a conversation back and forth, like updates, talking about life because like the community already knows you. So it's a great thing to do to really build up real like characters people like on the podcast. So yeah, definitely I will have you on again.
That's like the one thing I want to do. I would like to really spread my wings and start doing more alternative content off of stream. That's why I chose to do this on Patreon because like if we were doing this on stream, I would just be looking at chat the whole time and giggling sometimes and not like I like you are such a champ not looking at chat that much.
Oh, it's so hard, but I just kind of got into the theme of it and some of the viewers liked it. So I was like I can't take it away. It's like giving a dog a treat. I'm not comparing the viewers to dogs.
Oh,
I'm just saying like I'm not going to say this right, but they saw it and they loved it. So I'm like I got to keep doing it. So no, definitely. But I mean, keep up the great work, and whoever you have on, I'm sure it'll be a blast. So good luck.
Oh, thank you. All right, we are coming up on time. Please, if you guys do have a chance, go follow Snowstorm Studios on Twitch and Twitter. Follow modifiedwolf on Twitch and Twitter and Patreon. Hi, I'm here now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much, Snow, for coming on tonight. I really, really appreciate it. You're such an awesome person.
Happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.